George of the jungle, strong as he can be. Watch out for that tree. George of the jungle lives a life that's free. Watch out for that tree. When he gets in a scrape, he makes his escape with the help of his friend, an ape. Then away he'll schlep on his elephant, Shep, Wallfella, and Ursula stay in step. Well, George of the jungle, friend to you and me. Watch out for that tree. Watch out for that tree. George of the jungle, friend to you and me. George of the jungle, strong as he can be. Watch out for that tree. When he gets in the scrape, he makes his escape with the help of his friend, an ape. Then away he'll schlep on his elephant, Shep, Wallfella, and Ursula stay in step. Well, George of the jungle, friend to you and me. Watch out for that tree.
One of the most sought-after men in the world lives here in the little African village of Uwanabaya. It is the famous gallstone specialist and tin flute virtuoso, Dr. Alfred Spritzer.
Hello, folkses.
So expert is Dr. Spritzer that in one afternoon, he can perform 27 gallstone operations.
Next.
And still have time for 3 choruses of Here We Go, Loopy-Loo. For his good works, he has been decorated by the heads of many governments.
And so, Dr. Spritzer, in conferring this award on you, I have one last thing to say.
What's that, Your Majesty?
I've got this funny pain right in through here.
Small wonder, then, that the world was shocked to hear that on his way back to Uwanabaya, Dr. Spritzer's plane had crashed on Gonna Take a Peek.
What crashed? My plane is flying straight and level.
Let that be a lesson, Doctor. Never monkey around with a narrator.
Dr. Spritzer must be found, George. I need a man who knows every foot of Mbwibwi province.
Commissioner, come to right fella.
Do you know every foot of the province, George?
Sure. They're elephant foot, lion foot, antelope foot.
Hoof!
Gesundheit. Leopard foot, out.
Out!
And George hastily set out on his most dangerous assignment, scaling lofty Gonna Take a Peek.
George, was it necessary to bring faithful Shep along?
George need big-nosed doggy to track down lost doctor.
Sooner or later, you must face facts, George. Shep is more of the pachyderm persuasion.
Package.
He's an elephant.
Shep, doggy. Watch. Jump over stick, Shep. Nice try, boy.
But as our friends struggled upward, a pair of beady eyes was watching them through a sinister-looking mask. Then the mysterious figure pried loose a giant boulder and sent it hurtling down the path toward them. But the sharp-eyed jungle lord spotted it and uttered his warning cry.
That was a close one, George.
Never fear. George always alert to danger and... That you, Shep?
Undaunted, our friends continued on, led by faithful Shep and his sensitive snoot. But their mysterious assailant was still present and sprinkling pepper on the trail ahead.
No, Shep! Well, this is a fine mess.
Glad Ape like it. Pull, Shep. Go, boy. Other way, boy.
But it takes a lot to discourage men like George. However, at old Shaky Rope Bridge, a pair of cunning hands were setting fire to the cables in the middle.
Look, bridge being burned by pair of Cunninghams.
That's cunning hands.
Whatever. We must cross before bridge burns.
But that bridge will never hold faithful Shep, George.
Ape right. George have to carry him.
But... Oh, never mind. Let's go.
In a trice, Ape had scampered across the burning bridge, George followed more slowly, held back by Shep's enormous weight.
Gotta cut down on those sweet fella.
Then, right in the middle,
Look out!
but the mighty ape man held that span together until faithful Shep got across. Then he let go with his toes and lightly swung to safety. Almost.
You think maybe somebody not want us to find Dr. Spritzer?
Nonsense, George. Everybody wants us to bring back the You Wanna Buy a Duck.
Not quite everybody, for just ahead on the trail, that sinister figure was setting still another trap.
George, what's that on the trail ahead?
Not a head, not a hat.
But as George picked it up,
Mustn't jump up on people, Shep.
This is Dr. Spritzer's hat, George. He can't be far away.
sure enough, at that moment, our heroes heard.
Come.
Great juju! That creature has stolen the doctor's tin whistle, too.
Uncoiling his rope of many crazy grasses, the ape man dropped it over the fanciful mask and tugged, revealing.
Who else? Dr. Spritzer himself.
How did you know it was me?
Face not familiar, but George never forget a flute.
But you'll never take me back. Never, never. But why don't you want to return to You Wanna Buy a Duck? Because this is the first vacation I've had in 10 years. 10 years of looking at gallstones. 10 years of people saying, I got this funny pain right in through here. I couldn't stand it anymore.
Overworked?
Overacted.
And so Dr. Spritzer was returned to his adoring patients on Medicine Avenue. But thanks to George of the Jungle, he now works on gallstones only 50 weeks a year. Then he hops in his plane, flies to Gonna Take a Peek, and crashes for his 2-week vacation.
Just once. Couldn't I land regular? I know. Never fool around with a narrator.
And each year, George of the Jungle rescues him and drags him back to his profession.
Well, Dr. Spritzer, all's well that ends well, right?
I suppose so.
Just one thing. I've got this funny pain right in through here. What'd I say? What'd I say?
George of the Jungle, strong as he can be. Watch out for that tree. George of the Jungle lives a life that's free. Watch out for that tree. When he gets in the scrape, he makes his escape with the help of his friend, an ape. Then away he'll schlep on his elephant, Shep, Wallfella, and Ursula stay in step. Well, George of the Jungle, friend to you and me. Watch out for that tree. Watch out for that tree. George of the Jungle, friend to